Okay, it's about space in a relationship. In most relationships, couples are too scared to tell one another how they really feel in the relationship. They really feel about one another. So they end up living in denial while they are living together. You see, that's a problem. The space. Couples are scared to make their space known to their partner. So they end up living in denial, living together, because they are so scared, to actually say the truth. Darling, this is how I really feel about this relationship. I feel I want to break. I want space. Let's not use break. Let's use space. So a space can be a weekend away from your partner, to make it bubble again. They are stuck with one another. What say you on this one?
I like space a lot. Like you said, just weekend. It's fine. But that is a couple, I think, that I've lived for a long time. Let's say from 7 years, 10 years, depending on the couple. Some people, they've been married for 20 years, they can't live without each other. But when you see that sometimes you just need a break, not a break, a space.
Yes, because most men might want a space.
Yeah, it's like a man cave.
No, I don't know, but they are too scared to tell their partner, listen, darling, I want a space for just like a day or two or a week, so they can, revamp themselves and come back and be stronger in a relationship than just being in one place with no space. I think every relationship need that space.
Some women are discerning. Some mature women, I've seen one or two that have actually pulled her out. She noticed it, that her man is not being his best. And how she came up was like, babe, I think you need your man cave. And how do you know? I feel like, I know that's why I married you.
That's understanding.
Yes.
So in most relationships, they don't have this understanding. That's why we have this topic today. How do we help those that are not being able to tell their partner, look, darling, I need space, because we're not going anywhere with this, or we're repeating ourselves too much. Everything is like on a repeat. They need to they need to juggle it a little bit and change it, but they are too scared to say so, because your partner might not understand when I say, hey, babe, I need space. She might take it the wrong way,
obviously,
or he might take it the wrong way.
Obviously.
So how do we balance this?
It starts from the onset. When you have, I keep saying this thing, communication is key. When you always relate with your partner, you guys are like, you're always talking, you're free, you're friends, you talk all the time. It's easier to communicate, and that will help him or her to trust that my man, my woman wouldn't do what I'm not supposed to do. I think that's the way out.
Okay, so the bottom line is couples to be able to speak to one another, say the truth of how you really feel at every given time. And again, if you feel that you can't continue, you should be bold enough to say, I cannot continue, because you're going to end up suffering yourself by being in a relationship just to be in a relationship, or to be in a relationship because your parents want you to be in a relationship. You're not able to get up and go because you're scared. What will people say? Is another problem.
But I think that's a different thing. Space and it's like a thing.
I'm just putting it together because space is needed. But when you're feeling space, something is missing. So if you get the space and you come back and you still want further space, that means there's something wrong. Don't trick yourself. Take a break. Take a kick out.
I think that's what scares most women.
Oh yeah.
Or even the man, depending on the circumstances.
Terrified.
So they'll be like, okay, the first thing that will come up is going to have space. It's like, you don't think that we're going to end the relationship. Is it that it's not something is wrong somewhere? Is it that it has another woman or another man somewhere? So, like I said, if you have communication right from the onset, at every point as you're discussing, you will know that the problems are coming, you're solving it. With that communication, problems are coming. If you cannot solve it, you already know that, okay, it's time everybody take a walk.
Thank you. So the bottom line is, be free to try and say exactly how you feel. Don't keep these feelings in your mind, because it's really not good for a relationship. It kills it anyway. So the moral is, speak out.
From the onset, not just after 10 years, you now want to start saying it. That sounds odd. And that's when there'll be a suspicion.
Okay, so be outspoken. Tell your partner, I want space for a day or two. Don't be scared.
And when that period, please don't do something that she will not do. Word.
Okay, this is about space in a relationship. Yeah, space. Just like the space I got right now. See my man over there? Space. You know, couples are really scared to talk about space in a relationship.
Space is always very important factor to consider in every relationship.
Straight up.
And I think the ability to factor that into your relationship, marriage, home, whatever, I think it's going to do a lot of magic. The question now will be, how do you now factor that space? What kind of space, what amount of space do you need? By the time you start needing too much space, then there's a problem.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just like going to charge your battery and all of that. What kind of space and how to factor that into your relationship?
For both parties.
For both parties to be more
understand.
Very important.
So bottom line is with on about space. I think we should find a formula to discuss space. You know, because once you can tell your partner how you really feel, and he or she can understand that you're being truthful without adding some extras. You know, relationship is always extras added. You say something and he or she says something else. This is what brings the conflict. If both parties can understand that, hey, all we want is space a week, maybe that will work.
Okay, let's even push it a bit further. What kind of space are we talking about?
I mean, I'm tired of seeing your face day in, day out, and I think, okay, look, let's get 2 or 3 dates and do something else. But now, if I say that to my partner, she reads a different meaning to it. That's where the problem is.
You know, when I said both parties in every relationship, for it to function, to thrive, you have to factor in space.
Word.
You have to factor in space. The way and manner we bring that in. You see, earlier there was big space between us and we functioned well. Now we see we've narrowed the space, and then you can see that we're functioning well. So that's the way. Managing a relationship is not for children.
No.
And then the ability to bring in all those elements on the table, fuse them, keep the emotions apart,
And understand the space. Word.
Okay?
You have to understand the space.
We have to understand the space.
Word. What's your take on having a space in a relationship?
Space is something that should actually be like a factor to talk about. You know, in the sense that ordinarily most people in relationships shy away from a lot of things they really should talk about.
Word.
You know, and them not talking about it is actually worsening. It's like creating a catastrophe in the future that could have been managed in the present.
Word.
So now, relationships should actually be, arranged in such a way that at the end of the day, it should be like leverage, you know, like a buffer, so to speak, so that when it is beginning to choke one, you know, there could be an avenue to
Call for that space.
you know, retreat to see how it can be managed.
So that's the space, right?
Yeah, space, you know, is one of those avenues that could actually help to manage whatever crisis the relationship is actually getting into.
So bottom line, you said it. So you're saying that communication is needed. With communication, when you ask for space, it wouldn't be a problem.
No, it wouldn't be a problem if it is properly defined between both parties in the relationship.
Word. What do you think about space in a relationship?
Space in a relationship, I think if you know the thing is not going well, just say it. Open up, just say it. Instead of killing yourself in, because this lead to people getting into depression, people getting into all sorts of things. But I think it's good to tell your partner straight up
Yes, that you need space.
that you need space.
Because it might work. It might work.
Yes.
So what do you think about space, my man?
It's very difficult to know, but as my boss says, if you really care about the person, you can just tell him like, no, it's not working. Because at the end of the day, it leads to what we normally call breakfast. Because just
Somebody will be sad.
yeah. So if you just mature way, like, this is not work.
Word. Word. Okay. Do you believe in space in a relationship?
Depends. What the benefit of that space could be for good or bad. But any which ways, I feel, but probably if it's coming from the guys, as I feel it's, if it's for the good, it's needed. If it's for the bad, I don't know. But I believe in it in general. Yeah.
Yeah. So a relationship
It has-
needs space.
Yes.
So people can breathe, right? And then,
Yeah.
And then again, people are scared to tell their partner that they need space. So they shouldn't be scared.
They shouldn't be scared. Yeah. You can just ghost out like that. Yeah.
So word on space.
Word.
Word.